This video is a book review of Waking the Tiger, Healing Trauma by Peter A. Levine.
What realizations, aha moments, or important points did you learn? And what did you find useful?
Traumatic symptoms are a result of the frozen residual energy, when unresolved, becomes trapped in the nervous system. When the three stages of fight, flight, and freeze have not been discharged sufficiently, this often leads to human trauma. It is likely everyone would have experienced some form of trauma in their lives. They may not be fully aware of the consequences of the traumatic events, and everyone responds to trauma differently. Depending on one's ability to self-regulate, a small window of tolerance can result in a person leaving the comfort zone and getting stuck in a hypervigilant or hyper-aroused state. Learning how to mobilize and engage the intense energies that cause the traumatic symptoms can lead to profound.
What would you like to integrate into your life?
The felt sense healing process, a physical experience, helps one to identify the symptoms of trauma by connecting with one's body sensations. In directing our attention to these internal body messages, one can unlock and release the stuck energies of trauma. By applying Anthony's method of the bridge technique, one does not have to relive the whole traumatic event again for healing to occur.
What was the most challenging aspect of the book, and why did you find it challenging?
Chapter 14, page 204, paragraph 1, line 4. Transformation requires a willingness to challenge your basic beliefs about who you are. This sentence leads me to question everything that I've led to believe about who I am, what drives me, any underlying motives, my imperfections and shadow aspects of myself. Why do I do what I do? Why do I react or respond in a certain manner? Am I being integrous and genuine? How can I be authentic in my offerings? Am I enough?
On the other hand, what inspired you?
Chapter 15, page 215, paragraph 3, line 10. The key to transforming trauma is to move slowly in the direction of flexibility and spontaneity. This sentence gives me hope. I do not have to rush and decode all of life's mysteries yesterday, today, or tomorrow. By showing compassion and empathy for myself, self-forgiveness becomes possible. And I come to the realization that I am enough. The human capacity for change can lead to a profound level of self-awareness and acceptance of one's destiny and life purpose. To resist is futile.
What patterns or opportunities has it highlighted for you, and how might those areas contribute to your overall growth?
My personal journey of becoming familiar with symptoms of trauma has helped me develop an awareness of how and when I express traumatized behavior. As I reflect upon effects surrounding ancestral trauma, fear of abandonment, causing healthy emotional attachment behavior, anger management due to the need to be in control, unconscious thought patterns from familial conditioning arising from cultural influences and upbringing, and finally recognizing my own window of tolerance. The realization that if all these issues are left unchecked, it may result in a perpetual cycle of abuse in my blood lineage. Some practices I have adopted to widen my window of tolerance and increase emotional regulation. Mindful practices, felt sense meditation to transform the effects of trauma, open and honest reflection of who I am, learning to be kind to myself, showing empathy and compassion to myself, self-forgiveness practices with divine Tao hands healing, recognizing my triggers so as not to react to situations with all patterns of behavior, and learning self-soothing techniques when I feel overwhelmed.
How could this book inform your practice as a breath worker? And how are you inspired to bring what you've learned into your sessions?
Waking the Tiger by Peter Levine has deepened my understanding on the causes and effects of trauma on our psyche, emotions, physical body, and spirit. I'm also aware how important it is to provide a safe container so the breather feels supported in their vulnerability. In applying the tools and techniques from Chapter 16, empowers the breather to access and renegotiate the trauma through the felt sense. In Chapter 14, Transformation, Peter talks about the healing vortex to balance the force of the trauma vortex when a client is activated or triggered. I am inspired to apply pendulation in my breathwork sessions to promote and build resilience in the nervous system. This avoids the breather feeling overwhelmed. By being present, compassionate, mindful, and attentive to their breathing experiences, this truly is an honor and privilege as I witness the breather returning to wholeness and wellness.